curious messages coming through for the new moon in Capricorn, the last new moon of the year. And so what I got here in my meditation for us, for you, is that we need to stay watchful at this time. And I got, it's not to be paranoid, but to be observant. So something is unfolding around us and we have to witness it, or we should witness it, or it behooves us to witness it. And I got specifically, you need to witness what is being exchanged around you. Now, these could be literal things being exchanged, or it could be words, perhaps money or energy. I mean, energy is in words and money as well. But there's something that is changing hands or changing auric fields that Spirit wants you to witness. There's going to be some kind of revelation that's going to happen as you witness this exchange. And I got the card for the theme of this new moon, deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. And it feels like Spirit is emphasizing here with this card that in order to witness this exchange of energy and to stay watchful, to stay observant, it also requires us to be quiet. You know, oftentimes we can't hear what's around us if we're the one talking, if we're the one using our voice, our throat chakra. I'm getting something like putting our resonance out into the world. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but there's a moment in time, perhaps a few hours even. It feels like a short period of time where we're going to have to be still, or stillness will help us identify what it is that we need to see. This card does talk about something being revealed in the deep quiet. This card also comes with a little bit of a warning. It says that if you've been running on empty, or you feel like there are so many things that you need to do and you're sacrificing your own health or your own well-being in some way, it's time for a break. It's time for a pause. It's time for you to carve out space in your day just for you, maybe even just a couple hours. Because if you don't and you keep pushing yourself to the limit, eventually you'll cross a threshold, and Spirit and the universe will give you the opportunity to take a break in a way that maybe you didn't manifest yourself, or in a way that you don't see as a blessing, but it would be anyways. It would be a blessing in disguise. The point is here, you need to slow down, you need a break. And that's for those of you who are feeling like you're just running in circles with something. Okay? But the larger message here is that it's in stillness and in quiet that we see what needs to be and wants to be revealed to us. Then I heard, who visits you in your dreams? Maybe you had a dream of someone recently, or you will. It's important, this person who visits you in your dreams. It could be somebody that you know, but oftentimes when we dream of people, they represent an aspect of ourselves, especially if we don't know them well. So if any of you ever have a dream of me, and some of you said you have, okay, that's why I'm saying it, then I'm just representing a part of yourself. If you have a dream of your neighbor or someone that you work with, who does that person represent to you about yourself? You know, maybe it's the mean tyrant part of you, or maybe it's the soft empress part of you. That whoever that is inside of you that is represented in that other person wants to communicate with you, wants to contact you. That empress within wants to contact you. That tyrant within wants to contact you. Some of you are dreaming of people that you know very well, like a partner or family member or a really good friend, or even someone who's passed over, and you can take that contact more literally. That person represents a certain time period of your life in which you felt very connected to them, or there's a bond here between you and that person that wants to be highlighted around this new moon. Then I heard Saturn is bending, or Saturn bends time. Saturn bends time. I wanted to say is bending time, but that didn't feel right. Saturn bends time. I'm not sure, but I know that Saturn rules Capricorn, and this is the Capricorn new moon, so something about time is shifting and bending, or we're going to maybe witness the ways in which time can bend and shift. And I got the number 374. And it felt like These are extra days being added on to a year. Maybe there are extra days being added on to 2024. The similar energy is carrying forward a little bit more into the new year. Interesting. Okay, so the energies I got that are supporting you, we have foretold. And the energies that are presenting a challenge or an obstacle, conjure. And so together, what this is telling me is that something has been foretold to you. Maybe you saw it in a psychic vision, or you had a premonition of sorts, and it's going to come into fruition. You're going to see that actually unfold and happen. Maybe somebody else told you something was going to happen, but it's giving you I'm hearing a drive, a will to move forward with some kind of energy or philosophy or idea about something. Something that has inspired you like deeply inside. Something was foretold to you and it sparked something. And that's going to unfold. You will see it. You will witness it. And then conjure, as the challenge is, you may not realize the ways in which you've been conjuring this foretelling or this fortune that's been communicated to you or that you saw. Okay, so I think the most powerful manifestation happens at a very subconscious level where we're not always aware that we are manifesting something. We have a certain emotional energy around something that we desire, or maybe even something that we don't desire. There's a lot of emotion there, but maybe not full thought forms. And it's oftentimes that emotion that lives with us day in and day out that actually manifests whatever that emotion is tied to. So if it's a positive emotion that's tied to some kind of abundance, and we're feeling that every day, the sense of calm and peace, for example, or that everything's going to be okay, or that we live in an abundance matrix where there's more than enough for everyone. If we have that kind of emotion, that feeling of just being okay, that we are safe, then we can manifest things that confirm that reality to us. But if we have this fear inside of us that there isn't enough, that I'm not enough, that you're not enough, that we're not enough, and that everything's going to turn to shit sooner or later, if we have that feeling inside of us, then we can manifest that reality too. Now, it is that simple, but oftentimes it doesn't feel that simple. And we can also manifest abundance realities and lack realities in different spheres of our life at the same time. Okay, I don't know. Spirit's giving you a lot of information here about something, about what I'm saying, but also something else going on in your life. And two things might be true at the same time. Okay? But as your challenge, you are manifesting something. And the challenge is that you don't really realize it or you don't see it. So stop and check in with yourself, deep quiet. How have you been feeling about your future, about your present moment, about your past? How have you been feeling about yourself and who you are? Are there emotions that may be tied to things that you don't want to bring into your reality? Are there ways that you could increase the frequency and the vibration of those positive emotions that bring in the things that benefit you the most in this lifetime? What are you listening to? What fortunes are being told to you? Are those ones that raise your vibration and your frequency, or do they put you in a fear state? This is very important to keep in mind. I'm also seeing 11 on this card, so 1111 could be something that you're seeing. There could have also been something that happened around November 11th. Okay, so I'm going to get more cards out and see what else comes through. I'm going to use some charms. These could just be little clues that this message is for you, or maybe there's a message in here. Let's see. We have Uranus. I never say it quite right, but Uranus. O-I. I'm getting something about a stranger. Meeting a stranger, or you're the stranger that someone meets. We have a lighthouse a horse, a dress, Libra, or the scales of justice, a rabbit, lots of movement here. Direction with movement, Kundalini snake, the letter U, the letter E, lots of vowels. There's an opportunity to make something. You're giving all the tools that you need. The letter R, Aries, Capricorn, a fox, this little teddy bear that says, okay. It's cute. I don't know if you can see it. A cross, a pentagram. Interesting. A cross and a pentagram. Maybe you're having a change of spiritual direction, or you're blending different spiritual beliefs together to create a more holistic vision for yourself. We have Capricorn again, a tiger, a diamond, and the number 5. Tiger spirit could be an important animal coming into 2025. And I've been getting that actually quite a bit. And it reminds me of 2020, or 2019, 2020. I was really getting a lot of messages from the tiger spirit. And so perhaps there's something coming back in like a 5-year cycle, or it's closing out a 5-year cycle. And the tiger is revisiting us in a different kind of form or power. Have you been seeing tigers lately? Maybe you'll start now. Okay, let's see. Energies, let's get more energies supporting collective with foretold. We have teaching and uncertainty. Yeah. So on teaching, it says withheld / giving. And uncertainty, it says doubtful / confident. That's what I'm saying here. It's like you need to be watchful, be mindful of what maybe you're foretelling to others or to yourself, or again, what you're listening to, what's being foretold. Maybe something about your ancestors and the story that's been passed down to you about your family. What are you teaching yourself? There's an opportunity here to clear uncertainty, to be confident in your teachings, in the teachings you share with others. Even if you're not a so-called teacher in like a literal sense, or spiritual teacher, you still have teachings. You've still been taught, and you continue to share those lessons with others. You've taught many lessons. And I'm seeing this woman here, she's covering her face in both of these images. Here she's starting to peek out, her eyes are showing, and I feel like Spirit is saying, you've been cloaked for some time, and maybe this cloaking was a protective mechanism for you. You felt unseen in some ways, or you weren't making the progress that you wanted, you weren't receiving the attention, so on. But there's something about coming onto the scene now. And it's an interesting kind of paradox, because while you're no longer cloaked, you're being asked to be quiet. So before, there's like going unseen, doing something stealthily. Maybe it's your own spiritual journey. And now you are seen, you're visible, others not only sense you, but they're acutely aware of your presence. But you're meant to just stay quiet in a way, because it's time for you to witness something. I feel like you've hearing a long slumber. Maybe you've been in a space of shadow work or trying to observe yourself, and now it's time to observe something outside of yourself. Did you have a premonition about 5 years ago about something? Because I feel like that is happening now. Okay, let's see conjure. Receptivity, dissatisfied, and grateful. Are you receiving what you're manifesting? Are you going to receive it? Yeah, I do get this sense of being dissatisfied with maybe a manifestation or what you perceive to be a lack thereof. But Spirit is saying that, yeah, in order to receive, you have to be quiet in some sense. You have to be still. First of all, you have to be well, there was a lot of movement in the charms. It's almost like, how is that energy going to find you if you're constantly moving? So when you're still, the energy of your manifestation can find you easily. But like I was saying before, it doesn't have to be for an extended period of time. Maybe 19 days or 19 hours even. Okay, let's get into the tarot and see what else wants to come through. How you guys feeling this new moon? Feels kind of surreal to me that we're coming up on a new year. And I do take that message about 2024 feeling like it's going to extend a little bit. The energy's going to extend. Saturn is bending time. Maybe something hasn't fully closed out that needs to. Some collective energy or cosmic energy. Number 9. Okay, let's see. 3 more. I'm seeing pizza here. And a lamb. A lamb. Which is a symbol of innocence. 3 more. I'm hearing in virtue. Ace of Pentacles. For your overall energy. Wow, okay. Okay, so let's see. We have 8 of Cups at the bottom here. And while this is, you know, usually talked about as walking away, I see you walking towards something, which of course, in order to walk towards something, I suppose you have to walk away from something else. But maybe that's exactly the message, right? Maybe we should flip things over to a more positive or uplifting note. Something about music. Instead of saying walking away, let's say walking towards. You're walking towards. And here you're ascending. You're going up these stairs to this door. To some kind of portal. Give me 1 second. I want to count the stairs. I know, but I feel like it's significant. 25. So maybe something in 25 days will open up for you. Well, let's just be on the safe side and say 23 to 26. They get really small up there, okay? So in 23 to 26 days from whenever you see this message, look out for some kind of opening or some kind of portal. Or perhaps you don't need to look out. It will be made obvious to you. Ace of Swords. There's going to be that truth, that revelation. So maybe you want to mark that down on a calendar, figure out when 23 to 26 days from now is. So your overall energy, Ace of Pentacles. Let's find out a little bit more, Spirit. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. You're ready for an opportunity. You're ready to take something. Something is for the taking. Grabbing something mid-air. The 9 of Wands, the darkness before dawn. This is the beautiful Goliath Tarot, if you don't already know. So just when you think that there's nothing to be had, or there's nothing new coming in, or that maybe you missed something, it appears to you. It's like you've been in the dark woods, metaphorically, and you're ready to just slumber. Close your eyes again and go back into that cloaking, that slumber, that place of maybe uncertainty or learning something, learning your lessons, doing the shadow work and that kind of thing. But just before you close your eyes, the sun begins to rise and you see something. So you're meant to witness this, stay still, stay in a meditative state, but rather than sleeping, remain awake. So you're going to see something here. I want to get in deeper. What is it that collective is going to see? Decay and the traveler. Your surroundings. Oh, that's what we had, right? You're going to see your surroundings. Witness what is being exchanged around you. Okay, so the sun comes up. It's reminding me of an experience I had actually when I went camping a long, long time ago. And I arrived at the campsite at night, and I had to put up the camp. Yeah, I had to put up the whole camp. I had to put up the tent and everything in the dark, and I didn't know what my campsite looked like. And so when the sun came up and I woke up and I unzipped the tent and I stepped out, I was like, oh, this is where I've been. This is where I've been sleeping. And it wasn't exactly the most ideal site, but I was kind of stuck there because I came there in the dark. This is all a metaphor. Yeah, so it's like the sun comes up, you open the tent, you wake from this slumber, you come out of the dream state, or, you know, you open your eyes to something, Ace of Swords, you get some information, maybe you get a download that whoever visits you in your dream tells you something. And you see that around you, decay, it's not abundant, or there's something being exchanged that is off-putting for you. And you see an opportunity to leave this space, to travel elsewhere. Like it's the feeling I'm getting is it's time to go. And this does not have to be literal, but it could be. But it feels more like I've been here, I've done that. It's lived its life, this campsite. You know, I've spent as much time as I need to spend here. It was good for the night, and now I need to go forward and forage elsewhere. But in order to see this path out of this decaying campsite, you need to be quiet and still and have your eyes open, be observant. Because if you try to keep yourself busy around the campsite, you know, creating, I don't know, another fire pit maybe, or hanging a tarp or whatever you do, you know, like you try to keep yourself busy cutting wood and so forth, you could miss the path. You could miss the path that takes you elsewhere. Okay? Interesting. So in order to receive, you have to be still. And receiving is the sun in the morning, which is illumination, which is the Ace of Pentacles. But then there is also movement. And this is why that stillness is temporary, because it's not for a long time. You're meant to actually move. Okay. Your opportunity is yes. Your opportunity. I mean, what you don't see coming. But okay, we'll take it as your opportunity too. Yes. There's a big yes from the universe. Yes, something that has been foretold is coming in for you. Yes. what you don't see coming. You're receiving a yes. Okay, so let's look further into this. Tell me more about this yes, Spirit. What is this? So much. Hold on. Just give me one. What is this yes? What is the yes that collective doesn't see coming? The Five of Pentacles, hardship mountain. If you've been hoping for a way out of some kind of hardship, mental, physical, financial, spiritual, and you've been asking Spirit for help or somebody for help, the answer is yes, you are receiving that. There's relief coming through. That's what I feel. And you've manifested this relief. But it's important that you see the decay. It's important that you see the hardship that you're working with so that you can actively make a change, so that you can decide with your free will, I don't want to live on hardship mountain anymore. This isn't the best place for me to pitch a tent. You know, I need to go elsewhere. There's too many clouds in the sky. I can't see the sun clearly. So tell me more. What is the yes here, Spirit? Expect the unexpected. Life takes some twists and turns, so hold on for the ride. The results may surprise you. Here's a telephone booth. So there's a phone call or a message. Maybe it's not a phone call, maybe from Spirit, but there's some kind of message coming through, communication you're meant to listen to. Exchange, communication being exchanged. What does it say here? There's some words or symbols here, but they're not making a word I recognize. So maybe the letters OUTLNLIEFI could be significant. There's something unexpected. Yes. There's a twist and turn. Okay, hold on. You don't see this coming, just knock. If the way seems closed, ask for friends or influencers to open the door and let you in. There's that door that we saw you moving up towards. It was in the deck, right? Yeah, I left it in the deck. The Eight of Cups, the door, just knock. Okay, let's keep going and we'll get more clarity. The Four of Wands, the beaming vessel for your opportunity. The Four of Wands could represent house, home, stability, security, a celebration, a union. Often it is the 1111 card, and we did have 11 here. So the opportunity is to swim, to move, to travel in the direction of stability and unity. To knock on the door and expect unexpected results. And I feel like it's interesting because I feel like the results that are going to happen are something you've manifested and has been something that's been foretold to you. But it's like so much time has lapsed and passed that you don't think it's going to happen anymore. Uncertainty, doubtful. Tell me more about this opportunity. Okay, we'll get one of these. Tell me more about this opportunity, Spirit. Page of Swords, the sword-bearing sister, seeing something, understanding something, learning, witnessing, being observant of what's being exchanged. Okay, what's being exchanged? I feel like we need to know that. What's being exchanged? Full of hope. Hold on to your dreams as they begin to come to fruition. Focus your clear intentions. The doe. Yeah, this is another card of witnessing. So you wake up, you find you're in a place of decay. It's time to go. The sun reveals the path to you for you to travel down, but you have to be still enough to see it. You have to observe the exchange. It feels like an exchange of hope and helplessness. Like it feels like this is only for some of you. Some of you might be in some kind of dynamic where you have a lot of faith and hope and even just spiritual knowledge or esoteric knowledge of how the mind manifests. And it's like you're trying to explain this or live by it, but there's other energies or an energy around you that is outputting helplessness. And it's like you're trying to give hope and someone else is trying to give helplessness. I don't know, there's a strange exchange here. What do you want to say about that? Autumn. Well, it's coming to an end. Protection. Yeah, it's like Spirit is saying to protect yourself from taking in any sense of helplessness. A path is being revealed, okay? You're becoming more aware of maybe how helplessness is propagated by those around you or the relationships you're in that make you feel disempowered, or things that you're witnessing out in the world, like how disempowerment is affecting you energetically. Or someone else, how it's affecting someone else. You're protected from taking in this sense of disempowerment. How? The devil, because you see it. It can't trick you. You're protected from devil energy. Okay? From the shadow, from it creeping up on you, from you falling into its trap unknowingly, from you going to sleep, going unconscious with something, from you manifesting from a place of fear. You're protected from it just because of your awareness, your higher levels of consciousness, from your inner work, from your faith and your belief, and also from your ability and skills to witness and observe and be in deep quiet. And gratitude as well with this card, receptivity and grateful. So the devil can't hide from you. You can see it clearly. And that's why you wake up and you realize like, hey, this campsite's in like total, like this isn't going to be beneficial for me in the long term. And rather than trying to hide that by faulting yourself or trying to fix it, you just move on to something more abundant. You knock on a door, on an ascended door, knowing that the way is not closed to you. You have a big yes. So don't let the devil convince you otherwise. On this card, it says the master of lies. The devil is a liar. And it's up to you whether you want to believe that energy or not. That energy, I was about to say eerie, that eerie energy of getting disbelief, fear, guilt, shame, lack. Protect yourself from that. I mean, you already are, but stay conscious of where the devil lurks. Stay observant of the energies that are being exchanged. Okay, the challenge for you, judgment, says the transcendence. Now, some of you might see the devil in your life very clearly. Maybe it manifests in a person's shadow. Maybe it manifests in your workplace, or you find out the devil within that's been feeding you lies about yourself. And you might be angry. You might have a reaction to call the devil out. And Spirit is saying this is a challenge because how do I say that? Turning your back is actually the most powerful thing you could do here. Going down the path, your path, ascending up those stairs, knocking on the door, traveling, all of that. That is the most powerful thing that you can do to defeat the devil is to leave the devil in decay where it is, rather than you staying there and trying to battle it out and prove to the devil that it's wrong. You're never going to win that fight. The devil doesn't care to hear what you have to say about that. So the best thing you can do is turn your back and go forward down a new path. So tell me more about judgment as the challenge. Transcendence, it says on this card. To transcend the battle that the devil wants, because the devil knows it's a losing battle for you. Interesting. And the devil is also Capricorn. So maybe something that you've been struggling with is going to, like, you're hoping 2025, it's going to be all over and done with. And there's a couple more weeks or a week into the new year where you find things are still coming up. That's okay. It's just closing out. It doesn't mean it's going to continue forever. Saturn bends time. Could also be that a devil-like energy, a shadow energy, wants to follow you through the portal, follow you down the path. And your response, or your your knee-jerk reaction, is to turn around and say, stand back. Stand back, stand over there. Don't come near me. And I feel like Spirit is saying with deep quiet, like this polar bear here is not being quiet. Spirit's saying, just ignore, or like be indifferent. That's the most powerful thing, is to be indifferent here, if you can. Now, this energy might manifest for different people in different ways, but there is a strong message not to engage here. Okay? But, you know, your situation, you know it best, so you do what you feel guided to do. Ascending. You are making a leap in consciousness now. Let go of anything holding you back. Look at the stairs again. Yeah, and I feel like there could be a need to, or like a desire to have it out, you know, with someone or something. And Spirit's saying, let it go. Let it go. The ancestor at the bottom. Okay, your advice, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this card in reverse is about, well, the exchange, whatever exchange there is going on, is unequal. It's unfair. And your advice is to recognize that, and also to not engage in that kind of trade. I'm hearing that trade. Exchange, what I have here. Oh, interesting. I just opened on Capricorn November 2024, which was for Capricorn's reading, and I see the numbers 317, and we got 374 now. And then you are seen. Didn't I say that? Maybe some of you want to watch this reading. I'll link it in the little box that comes up here. Even if you're not a Capricorn, there could be a message in there for you. Okay? Witness what is being exchanged around you. Tell me more. Stay watchful, not paranoid. The devil wants you paranoid, right? So stay watchful, not paranoid, but observant. Vigilance. Yeah, stay vigilant. Yeah, okay, confirmation right there. Stay vigilant about what is being exchanged. Maybe in a relationship, maybe in a business deal, maybe just out there in the world. What is being exchanged? Vigilance is your advice. What's going to manifest in the next 3 months for you? Maybe 23 to 26 days. It's what I said before. The shaman, the medicine healer. And I feel like this is you. This is a tiger. It looks like a cheetah, but maybe we'll take those two animals together since I said tiger spirit. There's wisdom here, of course, but the shaman isn't only wise, The shaman knows what to do with the wisdom. They take action. They're a doer. They use their wisdom to heal the soul, to heal the soul. And oftentimes healing the soul requires one to face things that maybe they haven't wanted to face before, to face the decay, to face the shitty campsite that they pitched the tent on, to face the lies that have been exchanged around them. And to see that that's not all there is. The devil would like you to believe that all you see is all there is. And that's not true. All you can imagine, all you can create with your mind is what is. Not what already exists out in the world, but what's in here. And in here, that's what can be, even if you don't see it around you. As long as it exists in your mind and in your heart, there's the potential to conjure it. Yeah, as long as your heart and mind can foretell it, you can conjure it. Maybe that's why you need to be in deep stillness and meditation, so that you can envision those future pathways for yourself. Oh, oh, Spirit. The path and foresight. See? Just what I was saying. And then spiraling up. You are on the verge of a lucky break. Take risks and be on the lookout for a leg up. How beautiful is that? You are the creator of your path. Okay? Don't believe the devil. All right. That's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. Happy new moon, and I'll see you in the new year.